the RISE channels and find the recording. But thanks for coming today. Happy Friday. Happy start to your long weekend. Today we're going to be talking about the different programs and services offered by the SBA, the Procurement Technical Assistance Center, and the Small Business Development Center at Terra State Community College. I'll give you a little introduction to RISE, though most of you may know. Our goal is to grow jobs and spearhead economic development by linking business owners and aspiring entrepreneurs to comprehensive assistance and regional service providers with expertise in business startup development and acceleration. So our services are totally free. We do one-on-one business advising. If you'd like to schedule an appointment, you would contact me, and my contact information is down there at the bottom. The best way to reach me is email, though you can give me a call at, I should have included this, my apologies, 419-366-0286, and I'll provide that information with you following the webinar. But we do one-on-one business advising free of charge, and then we can also give you access to different resources. This includes the people we're going to have on our call today. So if you are in need of somebody who has expertise in small business administration lending, we can connect you with those people, and also professional services. So accountants, lawyers, insurance agents, anything you can think of, we're there to help you find those people. And then we also provide informational events and programs throughout the year. So we try to do an event monthly, and it can look like webinars, workshops, and then networking events. So just to stay up to date on RISE, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and get connected with me by sending me an email. Our presenters today, we'll start off with Miranda Hoffman, who's the director of the Small Business Development Center at Terra State Community College. Miranda joined the SBDC in 2021 as the director. She's certified business advisor and has a Bachelor of Business Administration and a Master of Science in Accountancy, both from the University of Toledo. She's worked in public accounting and she's been a CFO. She also ran her own small business where she consulted many small business owners on numerous topics. Next, we'll hear from Karen Wivell, and she works for the Ohio Procurement Technical Assistance Center. She's been there since 2013. As a Cleveland procurement specialist, she serves Cuyahoga, Erie, Huron, and Lorain counties in Ohio. She received her BS from Kent State University. She has more than 30 years experience in the corporate, nonprofit, and public sectors, including marketing, administrative, and procurement roles. Lastly, we'll hear from Timothy Ensch. He's a lender relations specialist at the Cleveland District Office of the U.S. Small Business Administration. He's been in the SBA since 1986 and a lender relations specialist since '92. In his position, he collaborates with public and private sector agencies, organizations, and individuals to ensure that communities have knowledge of and access to SBA and other federal, state, and community programs and resources that support entrepreneurs and small business owners. So I'd like to pass it off to Miranda Hoffman. Oh, just a reminder, you can drop questions into the chat. We'll answer them at the end.
Good morning. So I am Miranda. I am the director of the Small Business Development Center here at Terra State Community College. Our center is funded largely on the federal level by the U.S. Small Business Administration. We are also funded on the state level by the Ohio Department of Development, and then on the local level at Terra State Community College. So this is a really good demonstration of your tax dollars at work providing these resources to small businesses free of charge. You can go to the next slide, Alyssa. Thank you. So my center here at Terra State Community College services Erie, Ottawa, Sandusky, and Seneca County. However, our network is nationwide. So there are over 1,000 centers in the nation, over 22 centers statewide. So no matter where you are, there's going to be an SBDC that can provide services to you. Our mission is to help people get into business, stay in business, and grow their business. Our vision is pretty simple. It's to make small businesses more successful. And the way we do that is through our core services. So our core services are training, consulting, and referring. And just a reminder that our services are all free of charge. Training for the most part at our center is done through our Small Business Basics seminar. It's really designed to give a general overview for anyone who's planning to start, buy, or expand a small business. Some of the topics that we cover at the Small Business Basics seminar are types of business entities, the name registration processes, licenses and permit considerations, insurance. We go pretty in depth into business planning and just some other general topics. There's also really great trainings at the SBA level. On their website, they have a really great online training resource, and then also on our state level for the SBDC as well. This is just a sample of our seminar schedule, which I'm happy to email anyone a copy of this if you would like to attend one of our seminar sessions after this seminar is over. I'm sorry, after this webinar is over. So after attending one of our Small Business Basics seminars, we can meet for one-to-one advising specific to your business and the business needs of you as the business owner. All of our services are confidential, and we actually cannot even disclose that you are a client of ours to even our host organization, Terra State. So know that if you are receiving advising services from us, it will be confidential, and we can provide in-depth business counseling to all types of businesses, regardless of your product or your service or where you are in your business life cycle, as long as it's a legal business. And so we are not permitted to work directly with nonprofit organizations, but they definitely can attend our trainings and we can provide them additional resources. One of the major items that we typically assist with is the business plan financial pro forma. So the majority of our referrals will come from local lenders for clients who are seeking financing and they need assistance with the financial package. So we can really sit down with that business owner and help them prepare those financial projections. And then if you have been in business for some time, or if you're really just looking to see if something would be profitable or sustainable, we can help you as the business owner with that analysis. If you are in the beginning phases, we can assist with business development, identifying any sources of capital that may be relevant to you and your type of business. We can provide market and industry research with some of the tools that we have access to within the SBDC network. And we can also do strategic business planning with the business owner as well. Our third core service is referring. So each of us at the SBDC are certified business advisors, but there may be areas that we as SBDC advisors are not experts on. So we have a great resource that we can, a great resource network that we can tap into if there's certain areas of specialized assistance that the business owner may need. So for those businesses who are looking to go international with their products, they may be referred to the Export Assistance Program, and the location serving Erie and Huron County would be the SBDC at Cleveland State University. PTAC, which is the Procurement Technical Assistance Center, for those who are looking to contract with the government, which Karen will be speaking about here shortly. And she also serves Erie and Huron County at the Ohio University PTAC at Cleveland. So the MBAC is the Minority Business Assistance Center, and they provide specialized support for growth and sustainability of small, minority-owned, and disadvantaged business. The SBDC proudly serves minority-owned and disadvantaged businesses as well, but the MBAC has a special program that they can assist with on the Minority Business Enterprise certification. So that application is much more likely to get quickly approved if the MBAC assists with that. And we actually have an MBAC representative that will come out here to campus at Terra State Community College as well. The Women's Business Center of Ohio is a program through ECDI, and these centers are focused on the obstacles women face in the world of business, and they can also assist with the Women's Business Enterprise certification, which ECDI is the Economic Development Institute. They're a nonprofit community development corporation, and also a CDFI, which is a community development financial institution. So they're one of the leading SBA microlenders. So there may be a time where we would refer you to them for microlending. And then SCORE is a nonprofit organization that has a network of volunteer business mentors. They're really dedicated to helping businesses start and grow their business. So they also have a great educational tool and workshop program on their SCORE library online as well. So those are just some of the network resource partners that we may refer you to while working with us on a one-to-one basis through the SBDC. And then there are other advisors and resources that we sometime will tap into. We collaborate and receive many referrals from the local and county economic development corporations and chambers of commerce. But there also may be times, dependent on your business needs, that you may need to work with an accountant or a banker, attorney, or insurance agent, and we can assist you with those as well. So to obtain assistance through a small business development center, remember that all of our services are free of charge. You can be working with the RISE program or the SCORE program, and still you may need some assistance with us as well. We are not in competition with each other. We're in collaboration with each other. So there may be some more specific assistance you need on that business plan financial performa that they may refer you to our center. So just know that you can work with each of us, and you would just need to attend one of our small business basics seminars to get that general overview of what you need to consider when starting, buying, or expanding a small business. Then you would write your business plan narrative, and the good thing about that is we will cover how to do that in that seminar, and we can also provide you some additional resources that you may need when writing your business plan narrative. We give you a sample narrative that you can follow and just build upon. And then you would just need to complete a counseling information form. It's just one page only, and that's going to be found on our website. And then just email those to me, and we can provide you direct one-on-one in-depth confidential business advising. And this is my contact information. If you would like to reach out to me for any additional information, a copy of the seminar schedule, I am happy to meet with you and look forward to supporting the small businesses in Erie County.
Thanks, Miranda. We're going to go ahead and pass it off to Karen Wivell from the Procurement Technical Assistance Center.
Thank you, and good morning to everybody. Thank you for attending. You can go ahead and go to the next slide. All right, Procurement Technical Assistance Center. We are here to help businesses expand their market footprint by looking at selling their goods or services to government agencies. Why should you look at government? Number one, the federal market alone is, they spend over $600 billion a year buying goods and services businesses. The state of Ohio spends around $5 billion a year, so it's a large marketplace. One of the great things about doing work with the government is they're a good on-time payer for the most part, especially in the federal government. Typically, once you sell your good or service to the government and they approve your invoice, they have 30 days to pay you by law. Once you are a good provider of goods and services to the government, they can be a great repeat customer. We like people here in our area to take a look at government agencies because it brings money to our businesses in the Northern Ohio community. And we'd say some company somewhere is getting this work. Why couldn't it be you? Next slide, please. Contracts awarded by Ohio PTAC clients. The last year we have data from for our Ohio University PTAC clients, they received over 10,716 contract actions, which could be orders or contracts, that generated $953 million in sales. So almost $1 billion in sales were generated by our clients in 2019. I have my Cuyahoga County statistics here, but in 2021, 305 million were awarded in federal contracts alone. And there are clients here in Erie and Huron counties that are getting work. Next slide. So PTAC's mission, we are similar to the SBDC, although our funding is slightly different. PTAC receives our grant funding from the Department of Defense, but we also receive funding from the Ohio Department of Development, and my office is getting funding from Ohio University. Our whole mission is to work with businesses to teach you how to do government contracting work, either as a prime government contractor, meaning you're selling directly to the government agency, or by being a subcontractor, meaning you're working for another firm who has a government contract. We do this through one-on-one client appointments and group training events similar to the one we're doing today. One of the nice things that we have for our PTAC clients is we have a free daily bid matching service. So once you become and register as a PTAC client, we set up a meeting and talk about your business, and we program our search engine to look for opportunities for you to bid on, matching what you have to offer. And currently we are searching over 3,800 government procurement websites on a daily basis for you. And then instead of you going to all those websites, you get an email every day, Monday through Friday, with opportunities that match, and then you just have to follow the links. We also have access to a lot of high-end market intelligence tools where we can help you do market research in the government space to try to find out what government agencies typically buy what you have to sell, who they're buying it from. So they're either your competition or prime contractors. And again, just like SBDC, all of the PTAC services are free to our clients. Next slide. Again, scope of our services. So we have help with the various certification programs that are out there at the federal, state, and local government levels in Huron County. Right now, your county, any business in Huron County, including the city of Norwalk, you can be certified as a hub zone business. And I know I've helped 2 businesses in the city of Norwalk within the last year get their hub zone certifications. I also help you with all the registrations that you have to do in working with the government. I help you with your capability statements. Capability statement is a marketing tool that the government likes to see that identifies what type of business you are and what you have to offer. We help you identify and pursue those opportunities, like utilizing our bid matching and market research. We help you respond to government solicitations. We help you understand the government legalese and the solicitations and try to make sure you understand what they're asking for, and we can even review your response before you submit it. We can't tell you how good you are, your responses, because obviously we're not an expert at your business, but we are knowledgeable in how the government wants you to respond, so we can make sure that all your responses are responsive and inclusive of what they're asking for. Again, we can help you develop marketing strategy, any other topic that you define in your pursuit of government contracting work. Next slide. There are 11 PTAC offices in the state of Ohio. Here's a map of where we're all located. You can see my office there, Ohio University PTAC at Cleveland. I am actually co-located with the SBA in downtown Cleveland, although right now we're all still working virtually, but I serve your territory and I love to help the businesses in my community. Next slide. If you decide you would like to be a PTAC client, you have to register. You go to ptac.ohio sba.edu and click on the new client registration tab. Brings up a short form that brings you into the system. If you are not in my territory, you will be reached out to by a PTAC counselor that serves your county. All of our counseling and trainings are free of charge and confidential. We do not sell your information. Next slide. Again, this is the process. You register, your PTAC specialist will reach out to you to schedule that initial appointment where we get to know you and your business and what your goals and help you formulate a plan on how to proceed in pursuing government contracting work. We are here for the life of your business, all at no cost to you. So that means we can meet with you as often as you need. You determine what we do for you. Next slide. In summary, I like people to take a look at government contracting. It is tough. It's highly competitive. There's a lot of competition for most of the solicitations, but again, it's a great market with a lot of dollars being spent and someone's spending those dollars on businesses. Why not yours? We are here to help you understand the process and procedures of government because it can, unless you know the processes and procedures, you can be at a disadvantage when you are applying for these opportunities. Another recommendation we have is networking in the government. Again, the government has a different way of buying things, and understanding your market and networking with all the agencies at all levels of government is important. Make sure you're ready and make sure you contact PTAC because we're here to help you through the hurdles of understanding government way of doing things. Next slide. This is my contact information. Wivell@ohio.edu is my email. I do have a 614 area code for my phone number, but I am here local in the territory, and I'd like to thank all of you for allowing me to participate today.
Thank you, Karen. Now we'll pass it off to Timothy Ensch with the SBA.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity of talking about the SBA. I want to thank Miranda for coming. She's a counselor at Terra State, and also Karen. She's a great person to work for. SBA was created in 1953 to help small businesses start, grow, and survive. Okay, Lisa. Okay. And what we do, we make the American dream of business ownership a reality for small business entrepreneurs like yourself. We empower entrepreneurs with the resources and support that they need to start and grow their business. As I stated, we've been around since 1953, so I think we know, about businesses and things like that. And due to the fact we've been around since 1953, we've helped out a lot of big businesses today start off small. For example, AOL Online started with an SBA loan. Costco, Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream, they started with help from the SBA. So really, no matter what stage you're in, whether you want to get started, grow, or expand, or recover, SBA is here to help you when we want to help you. Okay. This is our core functions. We provide counseling to small business development centers like Miranda, and these are usually located in colleges and schools. We've helped out to SCORE. SCORE stands for Service Corps Retired Executives. In this territory, we have a SCORE office in, I think it's Sandusky. John Heston is in charge of that, and he will meet with you free of charge. And when you say it's free of charge, indirectly, you're paying for this through your tax dollars. So why not get something back from your tax dollars by using our services? Because as Karen said, if you're not going to use the services, someone else will. Why not people from Erie County and Huron County using the services? Okay. So that's there for you. We help contracting, and they link small businesses with the government agencies that are looking to issue contracts. And Karen does a good job in matching up with you through daily bid match. One of the parts of the SBA, we provide credit to small businesses that cannot get credit under the same criteria. And what we do this by providing loans directly to our disaster program, and also through loan guarantees made by banks. I call it the 7A program. We help small businesses with surety bonds. If you're looking for, if you get this contract and you're looking for insurance purposes, surety bonds can help you. We help with small business investment companies. That's how AOL started, to investment companies. Who would think 30 years ago that the computers would take off the way I did? I mean, it was a pipe dream, AOL starting, but look, they started it and they're doing pretty well today. We also have small business innovation and research grants available, and this is administered by Washington. I mentioned about the SBA has direct loans available, and we do through our disaster program. There's two types of disasters that we have. We have physical disasters. That's when the president declares an area a disaster, whether it be flooding, hurricanes, whatever. That's a physical disaster. We provide loans for that. But over the past couple of years, we've been providing help to small businesses that have been offset by the downturn of coronavirus. And this program just ended a couple weeks ago, but this was a direct program out there available to you. Okay, Lisa. As I mentioned, the loan guarantee program, which is the bulk of our services, these are loan guarantees made by banks. That's our flagship program. And what I do in the area, in Erie County, Huron County, Seneca, Wood, I try to get in and meet with each of the lenders that make loans. So I do know who the commercial loan officers are at these banks. So if you're looking for financing, you want to make sure you're talking to the correct person. For example, Lisa, she can go to PNC in Sandusky and say, "Hey, I want to apply for an SBA loan." Well, the people that work in the branch office, they're basically branch people. They'll take your money in for deposit, start up a Christmas card for you, and they may even write a mortgage for you for your own home. But they do not do commercial lending. When it comes time for that to happen, make sure you know who the commercial loan officer is at your bank. It cuts down on overhead, and you call your PNC and just say, "Hey, when is the commercial loan officer going to be at your location?" And you may have one commercial loan officer that services like 10 branches. Just make sure you're talking to the right people. And through our Guarantee 7A program, we help small businesses get started. If you need longer terms to pay the loan back to the bank, we do that. And we have a couple rules that we tell bankers that they have to abide by. One is our long maturity dates. If you use the loan proceeds for working capital, you can take up between 7 to 10 years to pay that back to the bank. If you use the loan proceeds for equipment, the maximum maturity would either be the useful life of the equipment or 15 years, whatever is less. And then for real estate, we go up to 25 years on real estate. So those are longer terms that small businesses can use the guarantee program. If you have a larger loan to value, they would ask the SBA for help. If you're troubled or challenged industries, like right now lately with COVID, restaurants are high risk, and hotels. So banks would ask our guarantee there. if you have personal credit issues, hopefully you will know that you have some issues in your on your record. Give Miranda a call. She can go over your business plan with you. And as she said, it starts confidentially. So you don't have to worry about people knowing your business secrets. You're not allowed to do that. The Inspector General will come at us. If you have a collateral shortfall, and this is probably most of businesses use this. If you have a loan and you set up all the collateral that you have, whether it be on business chattels, if you have guarantees, and also personal residences, that may be asked depending upon the dollar amount of the loan. Then they'll ask the SBA for a guarantee. And other issues that make the deal difficult to write. Under the 7A, our maximum loan amount is $5 million. As I stated, we provide loan guarantees. One of our sub-programs is known as Sba Express. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit, but that guarantees 50% on up to 90% the loan. On our export loans carry a maturity of maturity. And we also another rule we set maximum interest rates that banks can charge and still get a federally backed guarantee. So what the SBA, if you start off with a base interest rate point, currently we have a peg rate of 3% that could be used, or New York Prime to Wall Street Prime. If your loan has a maturity of less than 7 years and you're borrowing more than $50,000, if a bank gives you the maximum, it would be your base rate plus 2.25 above prime. If it's 7 years or more than 50,000, it would be your base rate plus 2.75. So 2.25, 2.75 over 50. If you're borrowing less than $50,000, and they give you the maximum, it would be your base rate. If you're borrowing less than $50,000, would be your base rate should be less than 50,000. So if it's less than 50,000, they give you the maximum interest rate would be your base rate plus 4.25 and 4.75 on loans less than 50,000. Okay, that's our maximum. And what we do, we presently have a guarantee fee. What a guarantee fee is, what the SBA uses to charge borrowers to receive a guarantee. But with COVID being what it is, they've cut a lot of these fees off. Like if your loan has maturity, if your loan is $350,000 and less, there's no guarantee fee. So hopefully banks can make these loans for small businesses. But if it's more than $350,000, then they start charging you a guarantee fee that can be added on to your loan. Okay, Alicia. We have sub-programs of the SBA. One of our sub-programs is Sba Express. They call this a delegated authority because banks need to sign up for Sba Express on their own. And a lot of the banks do that in the area. For example, we work with Corwin Colonial, Old Fort, First National of Bellevue, then also your big banks, PNC and your Huntington. So these banks do have Express, and it can be used for lines of credit, and that's how most businesses use Sba Express, for lines of credit. You know, you could take a loan out and you'll have a 5-year maturity, drawing on it, paying it back, drawing on it, paying it back. At the end of the 5 years, they term it out for you. So that's a good. And under Sba Express, the maximum loan amount is $350,000. Guarantee percentage 50%. And what the banks do under Express, they just ask the SBA for a loan number. Okay. And then we give them the loan number, and the banks market the programs and service the programs like they would the other regular commercial loans. We go up to 25 years on real estate, and maximum loan amount, we talked about that. Loans of less than 50,000 would be your base rate plus 4.5 above prime on Express. Okay, Alicia. PLP is another name of a loan, delegated loan, known as Preferred Lender Program. What the banks do, the only thing they do with the SBA is ask the SBA for a guarantee. They market the programs, they disperse the loans under the PLP as they would their regular commercial loans. So it's another delegated authority. Banks have to sign up for it. In this area, I do know that First National Bank of Bellevue is a PLP lender. They basically have the same rules that the regular 7A does, except under PLP, it cannot be used for refinancing existing debt. If you have credit card debt, it can be used for refinancing, but they have to send it in to our processing centers after the bank approves it, contingent upon an SBA guarantee. Okay, Lisa. We have a program known as Veterans Advantage, and what this is, it's open for veterans, spouses of veterans, and also if you're a widowed spouse are eligible. You must be discharged honorably. No dishonorable discharges are a lot of apply, but what they do, they provide debt relief on the program, just like they do under Express. So, okay, Lisa. We have another loan program known as the 504, and under the 504 program, you would go, an interested entrepreneur would go to what they call a CDC, Certified Development Company. There's a listing on the on your screen, bottom right-hand side, of all the CDCs in our territory. Growth Capital in Cleveland, Cascade, Akron, Toledo. They have a 504 with Port Authority. And Mahoning Valley has one, or Valley Partners in Youngstown. What this is, if you have a large building or a large piece of equipment, you can use the 504 to obtain financing. And what it is, you would bring in 10% of a loan amount or the debenture amount, take it to a CDC, they find a bank for you to work with, and they will provide a 50% disbursement on the real estate, a large piece of equipment. And then the SBA will come in with a 40% guarantee. So it's 10, 40, 50. That figure, they would add a debenture or a debenture, meaning an investor picks up that loan. And if they do that, they can either be 10-year, 20-year, or 25-year. And they will provide fixed rate financing for the terminal loan. So you can get fixed commercial loans that has a maturity of 10, 20, or 25 years, and that's a pretty good deal. The only disadvantage of the 504 is if you pay it off early, they will early disbursement, early penalties. They will charge you a fee for that. Okay, Lisa. We have a microloan program, and this is arranged by an agency known as ECDI in Cleveland, Economic and Community Development Institute. What it is, they provide financing for startups. If you have poor credit, ex-offender, if you just come over to this country, but you are here legally, you have a green card, you can use it. minority, and if you're just coming back from the military. Currently, for startup loans, maximum loan amount's $50,000. Interest rates vary anywhere from 7 to 12%. The terms of loan range anywhere from 6 months. They took 6 months for a $500 loan, so that's the lowest maturity, and you can go up to 5 years, and they're very flexible in underwriting. Also, ECDI has an office in Toledo with the Port Authority. So they have a little office there. So if you are interested in the microloan, their website's www.ecdi.org. Okay, Lisa. What you need to do to be eligible. You need to demonstrate you have a need for the credit, in that you need the loan for your business survival, and and banks have to make a case for yourself. You need to be considered small under our size standards, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. You need to be an operating business ongoing, not like real estate or passive. That'd be ineligible. You need to be an eligible industry. You need to be organized for profit and located in the United States. Okay. Ineligible businesses. Counseling, like from Miranda, she can counsel anyone. But if you're looking for financing opportunities, we have a few ineligibles. So one ineligible would be not-for-profit. So your business needs to be set up for profit, and you pay taxes like a profit-bearing business would pay. Ineligible businesses, financial businesses, banks. We won't help you start a bank, conflict of interest. Life insurance, pyramid sales plan, illegal. If you're a government-owned entity, that would be ineligible. If you're cooperative or the business is speculative, highly speculative, that would be ineligible. Okay. We won't help you if you want to start a gambling activity like a casino. Any promotion of religion, ineligible. And they even go so far as to not let Christian bookstores make loans because of the religious background there. We have moral clauses on our loans. If you have prior loss to the government, ineligible. If you're a landlord or passive owner of a property, ineligible. And if the owner is on probation or payroll. If you do have some criminal history there, all we ask is that you're honest with the bank and do a paragraph or two just talking about your infraction. And it's all done confidentially. So, okay, Lisa. Personal eligibility. Every owner, 20% or more, must sign a guarantee percentage of the loan. And with this, you must have good character, no criminal history, be in this country legally, and you need to show that you do need the credit, and you have no prior loss. When you go to a bank and determine, they're going to pull up something known as a CAIVRS on you, CAIVRS. And if they ever ask you what it stands for, it's Credit Alert Verification Reporting System. Long story short, it just tells the bank or the federal agency what loans and you have to other government agencies. Well, like HUD, they tell you HUD loans or USDA loans you've had. You'll also be asked to fill out a personal history statement. And this is where you state whether you have a criminal history or not. And you'll also be asked to sign a 4506T form, which is banks would send us off to the IRS to verify your tax returns to make sure you're paying taxes and that the figure's all in agreement. Okay. Talked about size standards. They recently came up with the alternative size standards, and most small businesses fall under this alternative size standards. You need to have tangible net worth of less than $15 million at the time of application, and your net income should be no greater than $5 million, averaged out on a 2-year basis. So usually businesses fall under the this alternative size standards. But if you want to take it back to your traditional one, they use what they call a Naics code, Naics, stands for North American Industrial Classification System code. That's a 6-digit code that really describes your business. And depending upon what your Naics code is, if you're a retail and service industries, the size standards vary anywhere from 7 to 35.5 million. If you're a manufacturer, they don't look at sales, they look at the number of employees you and any affiliated businesses have. Wholesale, 100 employees, construction. And if you have any other information, contact the SBA. Okay. Affiliations should be included in with your eligibility determination. SBA determines whether a business qualifies by counting receipts for the size standards, employees if you're a wholesale industry, and they include your domestic and any foreign affiliates here. Okay, affiliation determination is based on ownership percentage greater than 50,000. You identify interest, a franchise, and licensing agreements. We help small businesses start franchise or buy into a franchise operation. We have one little hoop that banks have to go through, and that's it needs to be listed on the franchise registry. So you go to www.franchiseregistry.com and then see if the business is listed there. If it's not listed on the franchise agreement, send in your application forms for verification from our attorneys. So try working with you if you can't. Okay. Eligible pass, we talked a little bit about this. That's basically like landlords and rentals. If that's the case, both the eligible passive company and the operating passive company must be co-borrowers on our loans. Okay. Sba Credit Standards. What they use, delegated versus non-delegated authority. Delegated is authority that banks need to sign up for, like an express loan or PLP. Non-delegated authorities mean they would send in their applications to one of our processing centers. And we have 2 processing centers, one in Kentucky and one in California. The one in California services Ohio lenders. PLP lenders can be approved up to the maximum $5 million in a 7A. Express lenders maximum $350,000. And export express is up to $500,000. And if you're a delegated bank, they underwrite the loan on behalf of the SBA. As I previously stated, if you're not non-delegated, you need to send in your application form. Okay, Lisa. SBA Credit Standards. Loans under $350,000, you can use express for it. Or the 7A small loans can be used. And express loans are not subject to a credit score like the other loans are. 7A small loans are subject to a credit score, and it's done internally through our presentation. Credit score has to be less than 140. And another requirement, SBA loans over $350,000, you need a 1 to 1.15 debt coverage ratio. Global, so on and so forth. Okay, Elisa. Okay. Your bank's credit memo needs to cover some standard issues: your repayment ability, collateral coverage, ownership, and it would also list personal advantages of the small business loan and disadvantage. they need to address the credit elsewhere, they can't get the loan without the SBA guarantee. And they also deal with weaknesses from the deal, late payments, low credit scores, so on and so forth. There's another thing that's big with SBA is if you're a startup business, you need to have what they call equity injection or a down payment on your loan. Minimal, it could be 10% of the loan amount. Okay, so that's what they refer to as a 10% equity injection. Okay, Karen. Okay, Lisa. So we can guarantee term loans and lines of credit under Express. We go up to 25 years on real estate, 10 years leasehold improvement, 10 years working capital, and for equipment, it depends upon useful life of the equipment. Okay. Under Sba Express lines of credit, maximum maturity is 10 years overall. You can revolve within 5 years. The term out period should equal or exceed the revolving period, and include this on your promissory note. Okay. Okay. SBA loans transaction approvals. It's conducted through E-Tran, electronic transmission. And that's how it gets down to our processing centers. Every lender must have access to this. Banks document and upload the forms online. Borrower completes SBA form 1919, and the bank needs to complete 1920. And when you come up with those forms, they're basically self-explanatory, like names and things like that. And there's no uploads for PLP or Express or any other delegated authority. Okay. And then contact information. Here's our contact information when we're working. We're working from home now, but we're usually on Playhouse Square, right next to the Chandelier. My name is Tim Ensch, and Ray Graves is my co-worker team leader, Mark Hansel, Tom Sangrick. We're all here to help you, and we want to help you. You know, it's exciting to get involved in small business, but you need to know what you're getting into, and that's what our job is, to help you what you're getting into. Still have 5 minutes to early, but if anyone has any questions, or Alyssa, if you want to do a little presentation regarding RISE.
Yeah, if anybody has any questions about any of the programs or centers, go ahead and drop them into the chat. If you have any questions about the RISE program, feel free to reach out to me. I'll send a follow-up email and send you everybody's contact information. Miranda, I'll also include a copy of your seminar schedule and the slides from today.
Well, thanks everyone for listening.
If you come up with questions following the presentation, feel free to email those to me too. My email is rise@eriecountyedc.org. Thanks everyone for coming. Special thanks to our speakers, presenters today. Your knowledge and expertise is truly invaluable to our small business owners. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good holiday.
Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.